God, I am so ready for this. All right. Hello, everybody. How's it going? I personally am doing good, but I have evidently been a little bit behind. Apologies for being a little late to the stream. When I was setting up the stream, realized that I was gonna be late, so I set the start time just a little later than I originally had said, a few days back in the announcement, but evidently it wasn't enough time even then. But I'm here now. We are here. We shall be gaming. And yeah. It feels like it's been quite a while, honestly, since we last did Pokemon. It feels way longer than I think it actually has been. Because, I mean, what? I don't know. Yeah, actually, I guess it has been quite a while, because we had Zenless and Genshin back-to-back. So, yeah, it's been a minute. Huh. Yeah, no, I'm excited to get back to this. I always enjoy the bit of Nuzlocke we do, so I suppose let's just get to it. Just sort of refreshing my memory about our team. Bobby is going to be very valuable pretty soon here, with, I believe the Fire Gym being next. I easily, Gen 3, of the gens I've played, Gen 3 is easily the one I'm least familiar with. Yeah, Flannery should be next. So, that water type, that's gonna help us. Alright. I'm just double checking what we have in the box as well. God, yeah, we do not have much yet. And we've only lost one. Okay. None of these are, like, a massive help for what is to come, but whatever. By the way, as usual, I don't think the sound settings should be all that different, but let me know if they are off or anything. I don't think we can catch anything here, and don't want to deal with unnecessary fights if we don't have to. I think we can catch something here. Just need to figure out where the easiest access to grass is. Because I don't believe we caught anything here. So, straight into a first encounter. Oh, wow, I'm surprised you've never played Emerald. Have you played any of the Gen 3 games, or no experience with them at all? Anyways, Oddish, hell yeah. Vimin is not the mon to catch an Oddish. Who's our catcher? Is it Darl? We got Stun Spore. Yeah, I guess it's Darl. Okay. It's been just long enough that a lot of this has escaped my brain. Alright. Let's get the Stun Spore off. Wow, interesting. I did not expect for Gen 3 to be where your gap is, but, I mean, not like it really matters. But yeah, I've played through Emerald, like, once, but I have not done a lot. I'll throw a Leech Seed just to... Oh, it doesn't affect Oddishes. I was gonna do it as just, like, our safest slow damage option, but I guess I'll just throw a ball at this point. God, the bag is so not great. Let's try the Pokeball. Do we get it in one? That we do. Another grass type added to the collection. So what, we have a fighting grass, water grass, and now a poison grass. Every combination. Alright. First name of the stream. This one just came to me. Plumpet. Go into the box. Who knows if they'll get used. Anyways, and then I'm pretty sure over that way is just a town that we don't actually have any interest in right now. We're getting a call from Wally. I do not care about your uncle or you. Alright, in which case, though, I think we're ready to go up this way. Just need to double check, do we have someone who knows, Rock Smash yet? Because I believe we picked up the, HM, but doesn't look like I've taught it to anybody. Let's do that, because we're going to need to do that to continue. Yep, we got Rock Smash. Yeah, I like Wally. Don't care about him calling me. You know, I'm honestly... Is there ever going to be a point where all of our grass backup actually is valuable? Because it's going to be negative value on Flannery. Doesn't really mean anything for Norman. Winona, it's bad. It doesn't interact with Psychic, really. I guess Juan is a Water-type trainer. Okay. If we get that far. Anyways, Mrug, you are the HM holder. You are the wielder of the HMs. You already got cut. I don't think you need Mudsport. And then... Ooh, on. Let's see, can we avoid her? Yes, we can. Wouldn't mind snagging that item. Especially if it's an elixir, Jesus. Anyways, is this the Windstraight family or whatever? Yeah, the Windstraight house. I'm not going to do that. That is optional, and I do not want to do an onslaught of trainers. That is not what I want out of my Nuzlocke right now. Alright. No encounter on the Rock Smash, that's good. That means we can get an actually sort of more interesting encounter off of the desert later, because I believe that's part of the same route. Anyways, will this be the first... Almost the first quick turn of the night, but no. I'm saying first rather than maybe being the case, because it will happen. But yeah, so there's the desert here, and we can't go in because of the storm. So we gotta go this way. But this is a new route. This'll be a new catch. Let's see what we get. Numble! Okay, another fire type. I believe that will be either fire rock or fire ground later. I forget which, honestly. Darl is our catcher, but Darl would be in danger here. I might just throw a ball and see what happens. We are 8 levels higher. I always forget who's the Elite Four of which game. But yeah, Glacia, all of her Pokemon are properly Ice types, but 3 of them are also Water types, so... that is in fact a thing for, when we're doing grass stuff. So, definitely gonna bring someone. Anyways, 2 balls at full health, no effects. I appreciate that. Alright. Immediately to another name. Huh. Buh. Bugaboo! As always, I have no idea where these names come from. Okay, does she just go in a circle? It seems like she just goes in a circle. I am safe. And now we're up here, and we can get into the cave, and that should have an encounter. Turn. Please turn. I would appreciate... The first quick turn of the night. There it is. I could feel it. Yeah, no, I feel like Gen 3 is really when they started to do a bit more with designs. Like, they were doing a bit wackier stuff a lot of the time. Anyways, a double kick should do pretty well here. It seems like it worked pretty well. Just throw another rock at me, come on, do it. Throw like an Onyx or some shit. Or just an Geodude. Why is set on? I mean, switch on. I need to turn on set. Did I forget to turn that on the entirety of the first screen? Jeez. Alright. A third Geodude. Is it even going to be a different level? Nope, he just has 3 level 16 Geodudes. Well, Vimin can handle that. I should double check what the level cap is, actually, real quick. 29. So we are good for a few more levels. Yeah, that sounds like me. That very much sounds like me. Anyways, I'm actually gonna do it now. As soon as I get this guy's phone number. So that'd be an options. Set. There we go. Now, I think we just want to catch something here and then be on our way the other way, because I think that's how you get to Lava Ridge Town or whatever it's called. Alright, we already have a Nummel, so that's not it. I honestly don't know what is here. I think maybe Slugma, which would be another fire type. Maybe Machop? Or something like that? I feel like fighting types randomly are in caves sometimes. I guess I'll pull it up if we don't find something here. Nope, that's a Slugma. Alright, another fire type. I guess we'll have options once we get to the point where we're dealing with ice. Okay, but we want to catch this, and it's even lower level than the last thing we caught, so I'm just gonna throw a ball. Yep. Got all my notes up for, like, what's what in a lot of places. Okay. Annoying that it isn't in the ball immediately, but we will take what we can get. Not great that we're poisoned. That's actually really annoying. Hopefully we have an antidote. I'm just gonna throw again. Do we get it? We do! We do! Hell yeah! Okay. What to name the Slugma? Murnt is the Slugma. Alright, like I said, I think we're good to just continue on the other way. Oh, we could have got Coughing. Okay. Not the biggest loss in the world. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, fair. I didn't even do that on purpose. What kind of things do we have? Do we have an antidote? We have an antidote. There we go. Makes my life a little easier. I'm just curious to see what we could have got. We could have got a Torkoal, a Machop, I was right. Coughing, or Grimer. Slugma actually was one of the lower chance things. Huh. Interesting. Anyways. We already fought this guy, so we can just do that. Oh no, they're blocking that off. So we have to go up this way. As it is the game I've played the least of the ones I actually have played, I often forget the order of things. Yeah, if I remember correctly, Team Magma is blocking off that pathway that can get us to Lava Ridge Town. So we gotta do a bit of a loop-de-loop or some shit. Maybe I should check if we have a repel. Caves are always annoying. That is the 2% Grimer? Wild that we actually ran into that. Hopefully that isn't our only luck on the stream. Cause... Oh no, this just loops us around. Okay. Is this the same route as before? I feel like I remember something... Yeah, this is technically the same route. So we've already caught something here. Yeah, no, I do like some of the sprites and the way they look like that. Okay, so I can pick up these berries without issue. Gonna take the berries, because you never know when we might use them. Means we have to buy less status, healing items, realistically. Alright, now here's the question. Is there ever a time these two are not both... I guess right then. So I'm waiting for a time where both of them are facing away. I don't know what I was doing. I was talking and therefore I wasn't moving, and now I got by both of them. I was very confident that I was fairly confident that he wasn't going to turn left, but I was just brain dead in walking into them there. That Shroomish is going to explode, and then Honlon's my other one. Okay. I will accept the Intimidate. Alright. Ember the Shroomish. And I guess I'll just bite the Numel. See how that does. Almost kills. Okay. Yes, very much so. Default running is so nice. I cannot wait until we are playing the gens where that is just consistently a thing. Because I would assume that's something that's been kept since Gen 4 remake of Gen 2, because technically Gen 4 doesn't have that button, I don't think. Alright. Nope, don't attack myself. Kill the Numel. Burn the Roselia alive. That should do it. Oh no, does it not? Oh no. Oh, that sucks if that's the case. Anyways, wow, the Roselia lived. Just enough time to do a growth. Okay. Kill the Roselia. Bite the Magma. Alright. Do they have any more Mons on the one side? Slugma flinched. Okay, that's fine. And I'll just peck it, I guess. Not that it really matters, because it'll be dead. Alright, that's that. My mistake has been dealt with. And now we can continue on. Yeah, so we're on the other side of Route 111 now. They love their quick turns. They love their quick turns. I don't know. I do not know when Vimin gets another fire-type move. Realistically, it should get one pretty soon, I'd imagine. But I think Double Kick is just sort of my best option. Oh god, static. If I don't have, a direct type advantage or something like that. Until we get it. Yeah, the quick turns have been bad already. Oh, and now a Whalmer? I'm paralyzed and a water type? Okay. Switching. What are Porpimbus's moves? Absorb. I think I'll go... No, but... sure. Darl, get out there. Alright. Don't love the growl, but it's fine. We're doing Mega Drain. I think so, because Water Ground for Mudkip's line, and then Firefighting. Why does this random trainer have a super potion? And then Firefighting for Torchic's line. I don't know why I'm forgetting the names of the last ones. Blaziken in the case of that one. But then Trico's line is the only one that's just pure type. Yeah. Huh. Wacky. Anyways, this time it finally will die. You know, I very much enjoy the firefighting combo. I do think it's gotten a little bit overused in time, but I do enjoy it. It is a solid combo. But we keep outspeeding. I think I'll swap to Mach Punch now. Now that typing doesn't matter as much. There we go. Yeah, no, the healing items in Emerald have been wild so far. We had a full restore on, like, one of the first few routes. This guy had a super potion. Alright. We can re-challenge him at some point, I guess. I'm always suspicious of those rocks, thinking they'll have some kind of item. Is this a... I think this is a healing, like, house. Yeah, Old Lady's Rest Stop. Yeah, I don't get why the healing items have been like they are. Alright. Now that we've been healed up, we're nice and ready to do some stuff. I barely know where I'm going right now. Because I know that Flannery's gym is the next gym, and I know Lava Ridge is back where we were, but I'm pretty sure that way is supposed to be locked off, so. But I feel like we're getting pretty straight away from where I'd expect us to be. I do not remember the order of events. Is there a way to get around this person? There is! Route 113, this is a new route. Let's see what we get. If I remember correctly, I think Spinda is pretty common here. I was right! Behold, a Pokemon I will never use unless I am desperate. It's low enough level, I'm just throwing a ball. Yes, very much so. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get past that one, but... the trees are deceptive. I'm curious, what else could we have gotten on this route? Of course it rebels. Last Pokeball before we go to Great Balls. We gotta stock back up. Okay, it's fighting us. I'm just gonna keep trying, because we are going to kill this thing if we hit it. I guess I could swap to our catcher, but, you know, it's fine. Never mind, I'm switching to the catcher. I don't know why I've been just throwing balls when there's no reason not to. Come on, Darl, paralyze him. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I love Spinda design-wise. It is so fucking goofy. Yeah. Yeah, not a lot of options here. It's Spinda 70% of the time, Slugma 25%, which, you know, we already have, and 5% chance of Skarmory, which I would have taken a Skarmory, but I'll accept Spinda. Oh, Jomga. Alright, Jomga's in the box. Realistically, there's an item or something to the right, but I do not trust the amount of fights that we would have to do. Just a random trainer tip. Oops. Don't know why I even bothered interacting with the sign. Yep, there's a Slugma. We run. And let's see. Okay. The quick turn strikes again. Oh, interesting. I didn't realize that he used a Spinda in the manga. I don't think he... No, he does. He uses one. I was just forgetting. So this is a trainer, so I'm just gonna kick the shit out of this Numble. And kick the shit out of it, I did. Alright. They just had the one Numble? What? I was ready for something else. Everyone's trying to get my number, god damn it. Okay, we can skip past them. I'm gonna see about this item. I'm also gonna see if I have a repel. Okay. Let's see, do I have a repel? I do not! That's another thing to stock up on. They're just handing out these elixirs and max ethers. That is huge. Anyways, we just loop back around. We keep going. I have no idea what that house is, so I'll read the sign. I do love how Spinda's, like, spot designs are, functionally speaking, unique, given just how many permutations there can be. I think if we go down, that guy will jump us. Okay, that's just a random thing. So I think if I... Never mind, I think it's just if you get close enough to them. I always forget how those guys work. Random little ninja boy who has 3 Pokemon. I hope this coughing doesn't explode. It's probably too early level for that. Anyways, double kick. Dear God, that does nothing. I guess it's not very effective because poison. I always forget the fighting type, like, effectiveness chart other than, like, flying and rock. I always forget that for some reason poison is resistant to punches and kicks. Anyways, there's the self-destruct. We didn't die. We didn't die. We're fine. Fine. I was never afraid. Man, no, that makes sense as a strategy. I like that the manga does strategy shit like that, though. I'll throw poor Pimbus at it. Yeah, I got afraid for a second. I saw the timeline. Don't love the poison gas. But we can absorb to sort of balance it out, hopefully. Let's see how much this does. None at all. Why? What am I doing? And there's the self... Okay. Ugh. Scary! At least that was the last Pokemon they had, so the poison doesn't kill us or anything. Okay, we have the boy's phone number. We have a poison berry. We have 8 of them. Oh, no, wrong thing. Oh, it automatically goes to the thing, like to the person who has the susceptible thing. Huh. That's nice. Anyways, what the fuck does Mrug have? A Hyper Potion, okay. Does Mrug have Pickup? Yeah, Pickup. Mrug has Pickup. Tried to say too many things at once. Yeah, I'm never calling this boy. Anyways, that's a double team TM, okay. I forgot that if there isn't actually a person, like, sticking out of the mound, then it's not actually a trainer. So we accidentally missed an item earlier. Oh well. I'll come back for it someday. Yeah, that's a big Hyper Potion. Oh god, Vimin is hurt! Let's hope we get away! Yes, we did. I am moving Vimin out of the front! Darl shall take the front. Okay. If we go up here, we're fine. And now we're in Fall Arbor Town, where we can heal up. Who the fuck is that woman in front of the box? Ah, Lynette. Okay. Anyways, I don't think we actually need to access the box right now. I think we are fine with our current party. Fall Arbor Town doesn't have any kind of, like, encounter... Well, not any kind of, like, gym or anything, so I think we're good to just stock up on some stuff and keep going. Yeah, no, that hurts me a lot as well. It is incredibly rough. Okay, gonna pick up some Great Balls. Let's go with 12. Get us up to a clean 20. Oh, and they just don't... No, Super Repels. They sell Super Repels. I'll grab 10. It'll last a while. There we go. And then we can continue. Let's see, we're on to Route 114. This is a new route. Okay, trying to avoid trainers as best I can. Alright. And now if I remember correctly, I think we can get a Swablu here. And Darl is our catcher, so good to be on Darl. Yeah, I think Swablu is here. I forget what else. We already have a Lotad, so we're fine on that front. We can try again. Alright. I'm just curious to see what else is here, because I'm pretty confident Swablu is. They keep throwing Lotads at us. Yeah, Swablu is the most likely thing, but we could get a Seviper or Nuzleaf as well. Do we get the most likely encounter? Yes, we do. Do we catch it? That is the real question. So this is actually a pretty solid encounter. Stun Spore. We missed. And then it puts us to sleep. Amazing. Well, I'll chuck a ball and see what happens. I would love to catch a Swablu if we could. God, it would be insane if we got the Nuzleaf, because that would be another, like, permutation of Grass plus something else with Dark. But, nope, we got Swablu, which is easily the more powerful encounter here, I'd say. Lebneb. Lebneb the Swablu, which honestly might get added to the team, because that is a good mon, all things considered. Normal flying initially, but will be a bit more than that later in the form of dragon flying. So that probably is going into the team for diversity's sake. But then I'm just gonna sort of... Okay, the immediate hop gets us. Yeah, very solid Pokemon. But now that I've picked... Oh god, we're asleep, yeah. Anyways, now that we're not catching things, I might just swap back to Vimin. Vimin is sort of our just plow through option right now. I might grab that item up here real quick, seeing as we can just break this rock. Probably I'll replace, I'll probably replace Porpimbus, because we have Darl as a grass type. But Darl is overlap with fighting. Maybe Darl, but both overlap in different ways. Alright, let's see. Can we avoid this man? No, because everybody quick turns! That is the fate of my existence, to be quick turned into eternity. Slugma, you say? I guess I double kick. Yeah, that works. Yeah, Altaria can be scary. Alright, a Wingull. Well, they've countered my options. Do I have an answer to flying in any way? Not really. I'm gonna go for the Dark type. Also, a good Intimidate is just always nice. Don't love the Growl, but it's fine. We're higher level than this thing by quite a bit. Yeah, that works. And that's all they got. Okay. Yes, the Dragon Dances are what's most scary. You gotta kill that thing quick. Who knows if we'll make it to that today? We're in the main chunk of, like, doing shit that isn't, actual gym encounters, but anyways, do they want... We were gonna always be fighting the one, but a fucking quick turn on top of it. Okay. But yeah, we're in the meat of the, just, like, random traversal. And there's gonna be a good amount of that after Norman, but... we should be able to pretty quickly go from Flannery to Norman, all things considered. Yes, no, that is the very sort of goofy part of it. Double kick the rock, bite the lily pad. That works. That's acceptable. A two-shot on the Lombre, and, of course, the super effective double kick, obliterating the Deodee. A Numel, okay. Hypothetically, I could bring out, I'm forgetting what I called them because we haven't used them today. Bobby. Could bring out Bobby for that, but... we'll just keep double kicking. Actually, Heck probably does quite well against a Lombre. Especially if it's a crit, yeah. Alright, I'll take it. Okay, Vimin is getting close to the level cap. That is a thing to consider. Only 2 more levels before level cap. Oh yeah, that is a good point. The water rock was a little scary for typing. But it's fine, we had the answers. Just like we still have the answer. That's a dead Numel. Not nearly as much damage as I would hope. Maybe I'll just kick it. Or I'll just kill it with a bite. And presumably that's all they have? Fonlon leveled up, nice. Yep, that's all they have. Yeah, no, the level advantage helps. As long as we're not dealing with some bullshit like self-destruct, we're not in too much danger. Okay, does this guy turn? No, he's just a mean man who exists to catch you if you're walking in the wrong side of the map. I'm always paranoid of those rocks having something. Like, obviously this one's gotta have something because it's behind an actual rock, right? Oh, I guess we just get a random encounter, okay. Hi, random Geodude. Bye, random Geodude. I was wrong! Ah! Someday I'll be right. Right, Meteor Falls. I'm curious, what does Meteor Falls give us? Just curious to see what we have in store. Okay, Zubat or Solrock is for baseline. If we fished, we could get something else, maybe. But that's it for that level. Yeah, it looks pretty much like it's Zubat or Solrock all the way down. Okay. And we get the Solrock, another fire type. Why do we have so many fire and grass Pokemon? It's sort of absurd. We're just gonna throw a ball. But yeah, because if we get this Solrock, we'll have Solrock, Slugma, Numel, and Vimin. Like, that is a lot of fire types, actually. Of course it doesn't stay in. Surely it'll stay in this time. Not at all. And of course it's hardening now. I sometimes struggle to say words. Alright. Come on! 1, 2, 3. Okay. At a certain point here, do I just risk something and, like, go to a grass type despite this being a fire type that probably has, like, Ember or some shit? Just for the sake of stun sport. Nope, got it. It just took, like, 4 or 5 balls. We are fine. Once again, a name that comes to me in a vision. Wazarno. Truly came to me in a dream type shit. Oh, a full heal, that's nice to have. The one rough thing is we're eventually gonna run out of space in our fucking inventory. Alright, we got some magma stuff, just to want to double check. Okay, Vimin's a little hurt, but largely fine. Oh, yeah, I could see that. I always thought of them as this sort of cool and unique sort of rare thing as well. But yeah, really they're just not. It's sort of funny. Do we actually have to fight anybody here, or is this just plot happening? Seems like it's just plot. Just Team Magma and Aqua fighting each other. I should use a repel. You know, honestly, I wouldn't have hated getting a Zubat, but it's fine. We got a Swablu. We don't need another flyer necessarily. Now, what does this guy have to say to us? Right, they took away the meteor. That's how we learn about the meteor, and they tell us to go there. I need to repel before I forget to do that. Yeah, imagine reading couldn't be me. Oh, Moonstone, that's nice to have in case it's ever relevant. But yeah, no, that is one thing I have been sort of, like, thinking about, is, once I get to the games that I haven't actually played before, do I read the dialogue or not? That is a legitimate question that came to mind for me. Because Gen 5 onwards, I will have not played the games myself ever. Like, I've seen some version of some kind of some playthrough of most of them at this point, but I don't know everything. I mainly know the overarching plot for the most part. Anyways, if I remember correctly, we're just sort of going in a circle now. Up-yo! Because I believe we now are... Yeah, we're in Rustboro. Gonna heal up while we're here. But I think now, if we head sort of back to where we came in a circle, I think now we can get up to Lava Ridge Town. I don't think I'm making that up. Yeah. Oh, and while we're here, I can bring our Swablu into the group. Lebneb, get in here. I'm gonna swap out Porpimbus, because both of our grass types that were in the party prior overlap in some way with someone else in the party, and Porpimbus is not our catcher. Quizarno is what? Fire Rock? Psychic? Solrock isn't fire type. They just tend to have fire moves because they're sun stuff. That's a fucking rock psychic type. They have confusion. I guess I was making that mistake, because who would have thought the sun Pokemon isn't fire type? Honestly, that's a pretty solid add to the team if I can decide on a slot. Honlon has done some work for us, but isn't, like, integral. Sure, why not? Let's diversify the party a little bit. I always forget that Solrock is not fire. Yeah, no, Gen 4 was really my first gen, and I brute forced the hell out of that. I would slam my face into a wall so often. Yeah, I feel like as long as Solrock gets moves, I think Solrock is actually a better role in the party for now. Alright, so I think if we go this way... I guess I need to put on a new repel. We should be able to loop back around nice and quick. I think we fought... No, we have not fought this guy before. Okay, I guess we managed to avoid him. Not anymore, though. Anyways, get ready for your bugs to explode, child. I have so much more powerful of a wormhole. Of a fucking... What am I saying? Combustion. Vimin is all-powerful compared to your worm. Whoa, an Incada? Crazy. Anyways, burn it alive. Alright. There's Bugcatcher Jose gone. Get out of my way, good sir. God damn it. A wild Abra that we won't be catching because we've already been on this route, which is tragic. Yeah, no, I'm just now imagining the Wurmple as the one, like, meme of just looking up at the sky, terrified. Alright. I guess I should throw on a repel just to fucking speed things up. I have them, might as well use them. I don't know if we fought these people before. We've not fought at least one of them. Okay, fought only one of them. You leave a run alone for like 2 or 3 weeks and you forget who you fought. Anyways, Vimin is shockingly diverse moveset-wise, so we can handle pretty much anything. As long as it's not a flying Pokemon or some shit. Realistically, we can handle a flying type, it's just, you know. Alright. This is a guy that might give us something. Do you give me something? Or are you just gonna keep talking? A repeat ball! Okay, sure. I knew he gave me something, I wasn't sure what. Okay, and then I believe, yeah, Rock Smack. Boop. And now this guy goes, whoa, that's crazy. You broke a rock? Have strength. Because we could break rocks, now we can push rocks. You know, as soon as we actually get to the point where we are capable of pushing rocks. But that's a Max Ether. They are handing these things out. This bastard. This bastard. We're gonna have to fight. Yep. Yeah, no, Repeat Ball ain't gonna do much for us. Anyways, let me guess, you got rocks. Yep. Well, here's the question. Does he have more Geodudes? Or does he actually diversify his team? That's just another Geodude. Is it level 16? It's level 16! Here we go, 3 for 3? Will we have a third level 16 Geodude? Putting the bets on it? No, it's a Machop. Damn it! I lost! Anyways, Peck. We have an answer to most things. Vimin has good coverage. It is honestly shocking how good the coverage of just having a flying-type move, a fire-type move, and a fighting-type move is. So I'll heal up just because while we're here, might as well. And then we continue the loop. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure Geodude gives defense EVs, so we're gonna have a tanky boy. Okay, they are an encounter, I did not realize. Also didn't expect them to be turning that quick, so, you know. Ah, our one weakness, a water flying type. No! How could this be? Anyways, I don't even know what moves Lebneb has. Peck, Astonish. Great. I mean, Peck is stab for them. Does Quasarno have any rock-type moves? Rock Throw. I always forget, is it just ground that is weak to water, or is it also rock? It's both. It's both. Okay, so Quasarno would be at risk. most of our mons are at risk in this scenario in some way, shape, or form. Huh, and Levnev is just low enough level that it's sort of scary. Honestly, I'm gonna just peck and see what happens. We can just one-shot it, it's level 11. Anyways, I think I might want to do some... Jesus, they have 6 Pokemon, I didn't even realize. But, I guess I should have pecked there. Whatever, we one-shot. But I realistically am going to, after this, give at least a few levels to our other mons so that we have actually leveled options. Anyways, returning to what is actually the correct move here. I say as if it doesn't survive the peck somehow. Anyways, our firepower has been weakened. That's tragic. I'm just gonna peck again because of how low health it is. Yeah, no, water flying is a scary typing. Anyways, bulk up, yo! That isn't crazy for fire moves, but for our peck and double kick, that's huge. Get out of here, Sand Attack. If Vimin with all their tanky defense EVs can survive long enough to bulk up once or twice, that is big. Oh hey, a Shroomish, that's something we can kill. Even if fire has been weakened. Yeah, it really is shocking how well covering of our team a water flying type is. Which is concerning given how common Wingull is. Anyways, an Ember crit, nice. Not that it really mattered. A Skitty, you say? Kick it in the head. There we go. I wonder what next fighting type move Vimin learns. I honestly don't know. Oh boy, another person who gives us their phone number. Alright, let's see if we can avoid people here. I'm not gonna worry about picking up that item for now. I believe we've caught something on this route already. Trying to be extra careful. Yeah, we've caught something here. Alright, we've made it back to Mauville. And then we go up, just double checking. Are we hurt at all? Not really. Rug has picked something up, though. What do you got for us? An escape rope! Nice! And while I'm thinking about it, time to do a little leveling. Oh wow, we only have 70 rare candies. I did not restock. I think I'll bring everyone to about 25, and I'm going to speed up for that because I am wanting to be kind. Anyways, I do not care about Fury Attack. Be gone! Yeah, I gotta go to 25. Oh, Safeguard? Okay. I'm gonna go to 25 because that's sort of a decently safe range. I'll replace Growl, though it probably is going to get replaced pretty quickly here. Like, it's safe as a level to be, like, capable for fighting, but not at level cap or near it. Because Vimin is getting pretty close anyways, I just did the opposite of what I was saying, and went to 26. But yeah, realistically, Bobby is gonna be our main defense in this next gym. Bobby is 65-100, 65-100. Water gun, begone. Alright. One more for the road on Bobby. And then Quizarno. Let's see. Fire Spin? I mean, it is a fire move. Might as well. We don't need Harden. Does he learn anything else by the time we get to 25? Psywave! That's an upgrade. I will take it. Yeah, Bobby hopefully is gonna shine. Yeah, because... Oh, what? Oh no, I'm thinking of Psy Beam. What the fuck does Psywave do? I need to look this up. Ba-da-ba-ba. I am not super familiar with this move. 80 accuracy, 15 PP, does a random amount of HP damage varying between 50% and 150% of the user's level. In other words, a level 100 would do 50 to 150 damage, and the damage is typeless. I'll replace Tackle. I don't think we need Tackle. Anyways, Psywave is probably going to get obliterated soon, because that is a weird-ass move. Alright. Who is calling me? Alright. Trying to avoid trainers as always. Here's the test. Do we accidentally get a Geodude here? Because I'd rather something from... Okay, good. I'd rather something from the desert, which is technically the same route. I forgot that we hadn't fought that person. We can kick a Shroomish's head in pretty easily, though. Does it only take one? Yep. We are pretty high level. Ah, now a Meryl. Okay. Let's see if I can kick its head in. I think I can. But yeah, no, it's very much appreciated. All of the little quality of life things that the later games get. Like, one thing I cannot wait for just playing through the games is, I think it was... I am very intelligent in my movement. I think it was Sword and Shield, maybe? Maybe before that, I don't know. But around there, I think is when they started making it so you could just read the summary of a move without exiting the battle screen and just do it for each move really easily, which I cannot wait for. That just makes my life so much easier. I think it's also around then when they start just saying whether or not moves are super effective or not. Alright, so we need to head back up. I forgot we don't have a repel active. Yeah, I've said it before. I love the 2D sprite art of the Pokemon games. They're so good. I wish we had a Pokemon game that, went back to the style, but I understand why they haven't, because, at this point the 3D art style is pretty solid, I'd say. Anyways, I'm going to wait for this man to turn around, and then he will quick turn me. I knew it! I predicted it! I may have lost the battle, but I knew I would, so I'm the winner! Anyways, time to kick some rocks. Or not. Time to kick a Volcano Camel. Oh yeah, I guess it's been long enough since we... Alright, Vimin is till 29, okay. Gonna swap off of Vimin soon now, then. Yeah, no, it's in a weird spot for me of, if the 3D style, was done well in the sense of, had really solid animation and stuff, to really sort of achieve that same thing of showing off the character of the Pokemon really well, then I would be very happy with it and be, like, fine with it entirely, because though I enjoy pixel art style and stuff, I'd be happy with that if it's done well. I feel like for the most part, it really just hasn't been, like, all the way there. It hasn't, like, fully captured that capacity. But speaking of, like, the more modern style, I just realized that it's been long enough since we, like, started this Nuzlocke, and, like, did the last stream, that Pokemon Legends ZA came out. How about that? I'm very intrigued by that game, because I haven't played it myself, but I've watched a playthrough on it, and it seems wacky. Anyways, I'm not going to talk to anyone I don't need to. But swapping Vimin, because they are not really the person who needs to be the main line. I'm gonna swap Darl from front. Actually, brain. I want to make sure my brain is braining correctly. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, like, if every move had its own unique animations for each Mon, that would be, first off, insane to manage. Like, I understand why they haven't done that for the, like, pace that they make games at Game Freak, but if they did that, then I'd be plenty happy, because that's not something we've ever had. Alright. We got Bubble Beam for the Numel, and let's just go for a peck, I guess. Yeah, no, I haven't worried about picking up the game either. I enjoy Pokemon enough to keep up with, like, new releases, but I don't play them usually. Yeah, no, generally speaking, everything I've seen of the game, I'm quite happy with. It seems really solid, all things considered. At least for, like, what Pokemon expectations are at this point. Like, there's plenty of places where I feel like they could be doing better. There could be better animations, in the sense, like, more of them. There could be, like, voice acting at this point. But for what it is, everything I've seen has been really solid. And it does make me hopeful that they're going in the right direction, hopefully. We'll see if that remains my opinion once we get, what would it be, Gen 10, Gen 11 at this point? I don't even know. Anyways, Bobby, it's your time to shine. Bubble Beam the Numel. Funnily enough, same. I think I got Sword, like... Yeah, I got Sword when it came out because I was, like, in the peak of my resurgence of, like, Pokemon interest, and I just was way too hyped to, like, play a new Pokemon game when it released, because it was the first time I had done that as not a child. So I played it for, like, several hours straight the night it came out, and then did not pick up the game again. I have not touched Sword since. Which is certainly something. I am curious to get back to it, though. I guess I could roll out for the Zubat. Oh well. Doesn't really matter. Oh god, the confusion, oh no. I don't like that. Come on, Bobby, you got this. You got this, Bobby. But yeah, no, I am very happy, all things considered, with Legends EA, everything I have seen of it, though. There's a lot of fun stuff I like with it. I've said before in streams that I am, like, a big advocate for Pokemon doing more, like, story continuation stuff, and Legends EA actually does that. Like, though I don't know much about the XY plotline, it very clearly is using a lot of stuff from, like, that and, like, continuing onward with, like, Team Flare having broken up and what that looks like and stuff like that, which I always appreciate. Oh, God, yeah, completion. I understand the completionist urge. I have completed a couple games before, like 100%. I do not have the temperament for it unless I absolutely adore the game, unfortunately. I am not the kind of person to do just monotonous stuff just for the sake of 100% completion, even if I want to 100% complete something. Anyways, let's see if we're on level for this fight. Okay, we're on level. Yeah, that's fine. We're good. Don't love the Intimidate, but I'm pretty sure water is special. Don't love the sand attack. We get through the sand attack. Bobby's just that good. Ugh, it doesn't do that much damage, though. Let's see how much their bite does. Okay, we can take a few of those. We hit through the sand attack as well again. Alright, realistically gonna need 2 more of these, unless we crit or something. And we miss, of course. Alright, I'm gonna try one more time, and then I'm swapping Bobby, because Bobby's getting low. Okay, Bobby flinched, god damn it. I always forget, is fighting strong against Dark? Yes. So I'm gonna throw Darl out, because don't want to risk over-leveling Vimin. There we go. Let's go for a Mach Punch. That works. That's his first Pokemon. Let's see what else he has. Bobby levels up, that's nice. Yeah, that's fair. Anyways, tragic that Bobby can't be here for the camera up. I am terrified. Camera is like raw, like ground fire, right? Want to be extra careful. Fire ground, yeah. Okay. Yeah, water would be the thing. Water would be the thing, but only 32 health scares me. Maybe I go Lebneb? Trusting that they do like a ground type move or some shit. I'll risk it. Makes sense. Don't love how much that did. I'm gonna sing, actually. Get it asleep. That way we're safer. Honestly, actually, maybe I then pivot to... Bobby. Nah, I'll just peck. I'll risk it. I'll risk... Oh, no, but we need Bobby. No, I'm not gonna risk it. I love being indecisive. Maybe I should. Okay, maybe I shouldn't because it immediately woke up. I'll sleep it again and then trust that, switching can work. Unless we miss the sing. Ugh! I'm not risking it. We might miss the sing. I'm just gonna go to Vimin. Vimin resists. Thank God that didn't kill. Let's see what a double kick does. Pretty bulky. Pretty bulky. A magnitude 8? How much does that do? What? What? God damn it. Okay, I'm not playing games. Do or die. We outspeed, that's good. But that fucking sucks. I am annoyed by that. That's our starter. I mean, like, we have fire types to... that sucks. Didn't even get to Blaziken. Fuck it, we roll. Okay, that's a wing attack. Okay, we're fine. Anyways, maybe I shouldn't have locked us into a rollout, but whatever. The potions, to be expected, but now the rollout is more powerful. It kills. Did he have another Mon? No. Okay. One really annoying loss. One really annoying loss, obviously. But Bobby clutched. Bobby clutched. That sucks. Anyways, get out of here. Give me the meteorite. You have no idea what I've sacrificed for this. Anyways, wait, we can't take the meteorite? Okay, never mind. Unless I did and I didn't read and... whatever. I'm not here to read. I'm here to lose Pokemon and be angry. Right, and then we have a whole ass route to deal with here. I'm gonna heal up Bobby. Because realistically, they're gonna be a thing we're fighting with here. Until we get to town. We could catch something right now. Darl's still largely fine, so sure. I guess we now have the question of who do we replace Vimin with? I'm a Chop, okay. That's a fighting type. We already have one in the party, though. Let's go for the Stun Spore. We missed the Stun Spore. Okay. That works. Let's go for the Great Ball. Did we get it? We got it. Okay, what to name this one? I feel like Machops never do good for us in our runs. We always end up with one in our party and it always dies. Tomp. That sucks. I should have checked. I had, like... I had a thought that maybe, but... That fucking sucks. I think we can fight this guy. I think we should fight this guy. Because I think this is where the Magma Base entrance is. We're not to the point where we would be doing the Magma Base, but I think we have to fight this guy to do it. Revenge for Vivid. Alright, I guess we just Bubble Beam. Alright, that works. No, not Lebnem! Don't you fucking dare! I will not lose another Pokemon! Anyways, I realized that, Bobby isn't the most, like, powerful against this... What the fuck? Okay. Heimrug. headbutt this guy. Cool. The double roar tactic. Crazy. A Nummel, you say? That's actually a job for Bobby. Get back in here, Bobby. Surely the Nummel doesn't have roar. Oh no, not my attack when I'm doing a spectral move. Whatever will I do? That works. I think that was his last mon. Yep. Even mentions the hideout. Okay. But I think that works to unlock the place later. A burn heal, okay. But now I think we should be able to cleanly, if we can avoid this guy. What's Bobby at right now? Bobby's fine. Just in case we get a quick turn. Like that. It always is a quick turn. I don't know what the fuck my luck is on the quick turns. Like, I feel like it's abnormally common. Oh my god, a dog. A fucking raccoon. Does it die in one hit? Probably not, but let's see. Almost, almost. And it does fucking nothing to us because we are a fucking tank. I'm just gonna roll out. I doubt this will be an issue. Because we get the first one off here, and then the second guy will be blasted by a more powerful one. And it's a bird! I predicted! Definitely! That was tactical. Specifically targeted. Knew he'd have a bird. Alright, Bobby's getting more powerful. And now, I think we should be able to get to 10. I do not want your number! All these people force their phone numbers on me. And now, we've arrived in Lava Ridge. We will heal up. Put our dear starter to rest. And build our Flannery team. Realistically, we don't have, like, great options, but some are better than others. Never got to their full potential. Carried us through a lot of this run already. Vimmin did good work. Alright, so first off, grass types, get out. Then, just thinking about it, yeah, I think you can re-challenge some people with it. I don't know for sure, though. But just thinking about type advantages and stuff. Yeah, half of Flannery's mons are pure fire, the other half are fire ground. So, water and rock type are good against the pure fire, so is ground. Where against the fire grounds, it's water all the way with ground being the other. And yeah, okay. Meanwhile, we don't want to bring any grass, we don't have any ice to bring, no bug. Rock types resist, so Quizarno can be a thing we bring. If they were evolved, Lebneb would be good. Fire types are resistant, so though they won't be good damage options, they are going to be tanky. That is a good question. Presumably by the time Bugaboo evolves, or, like, is at the proper level, but I'll double check that. Oh, I'm accidentally on camera up to not Nummel. And wouldn't evolve yet, because that's at 33, where you're only going to 29. What does Nummel learn? Nummel learns Magnitude at 19, so we'd have Magnitude at least. Earthquake at 35, geez, okay. Yeah, we're not going to learn much, but Nummel is a valid option because resists fire stuff and will have a ground-type move. So Nummel can come. When does Lebneb evolve? I forget when Altaria happens. $35. Not yet. But not, like, a horrible thing to bring nonetheless. Because avoids, ground, which they have a little bit of. Hanlon sure does exist. I would assume Murnt isn't gonna be much help. They do have Smog, and they have Rock Throw. I guess we're bringing a Fire-type team to the Fire-type gym. Oh, that actually probably means that Flannery's Slugma has Rock Throw, meaning Lebneb is gonna be in a bit of danger sometimes. Okay. Let's take this team. Mrug is certainly here. I'm going to bring Hanlon in just sort of to be here. Let's go with this. Surely this will go well. Bobby is our star. Bobby is who we hope to handle most things. But shockingly, Quizarno has stuff to do, Murnt has stuff to do, Vagabool has stuff to do. Yeah, because Rock Throw has Levitate. Yeah. Okay, that's good to know. Anyways, hey, good to see ya. I'm doing good. Just preparing for the Flannery gym right now. And I think we got the best team we can have right now, based on our encounters. Okay, good to know that the Nummel has Magnitude. Meaning, against the Nummel, we'll want to throw in either Lebneb or Quizarno. Yeah, okay. That is good to know. Now then, do I remember the puzzle? We land there if we do there, and that's a fight. Every single one has Sunny Day? Why? Why do all of them have Sunny Day? Like, sure, one or two of them, but that is very silly. Anyways, let's test Bobby's capacity in this gym. I think they work. I think Bobby does work. She will lead us to victory. Especially if they have nothing but Slugmas. Especially if we crit. Alright, was that the only mon they had, or do they have more? Nope, that's it. Kindler Jeff is done for. Alright, so I immediately chose the wrong path. Great job, me. I guess I just go back through this hole. So it's up here that we go for real. And then... I don't think this is the real hole, but maybe? Okay, actually, I think that might be the real hole. That just loops back to here. If I go this way... That's not an encounter, good, but I don't think it's that hole. I think it's one of these. That's a fight, so it's probably the other one. Probably just for the fire buff, water debuff. Like, it makes sense. But it is still funny that all of them have it. Anyways, hopefully we don't use up too many bubble beams on the way to the fight. Would suck to lose the fight because Bobby runs out of water moves. But I think we're fine, especially if these guys only have one or two moves. So this brings us back down, and then I think it's this. No, that's a fight. My intuition is not great. Every 50-50 I call, I fail. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, overheat. Forgot about that. Overheat is something to be concerned about, I suppose. Or at least keep in mind. Assuming that she actually has overheat, of course. Which I would assume at least one of them does. Alright, then I think it's this one? No. And I think... Where are we? Oh, are we all the way back? No, okay, that's... What? Where am I? What am I doing? I have lost my way. Oh! What? Okay, I think we see the game plan from Flannery now. It's everyone has Sunny Day, everyone has overheat, they just blast us. Oh, that is silly. That is way too goofy. Yeah, no, however funny that may be, I am slightly worried. Alright, I'm gonna go in this hole. That brings us to here, okay. We get back to where we were. And then I try that. I'm so good at this. I am so incredibly good at picking the right hole. Anyways, a random fighting trainer, it seems. I'll just do what I'm good at. Bubble Beam. We still got 14 after this. Realistically, we should be fine, but who knows? Maybe I'll go back for more. Oh no, 3 damage! We're doomed! Yeah, no, I've never been a fan of the moves that lower your stats. It always feels rough, but, I mean, if you just need to end a fight, it works. I'm gonna trust that this is right. I think it was not right. Nope, I'm back to the beginning. Anyways, in that case, I guess I'll just go back and up my PP because I'm at the entrance. I am amazed how consistently I chose wrong. Oh boy. Okay, what does White Herb do again? I always forget what some of those items do. Alright, this time for real. We go in the hole. This is the wrong hole. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. We go this way. We go in the hole. Ah, okay, so they've planned around overheat. Very impressive. I always did the other shimmy to avoid that spot, I guess. Well, he only has one Kecleon, so we're probably fine. Honestly, I'm just gonna roll out on this one, unless I miss. Let's see how much this does. It sure does do some. And now it's a rock type. I always forget Kecleon's whole deal. Anyways, that was pretty good. Definitely gonna use a potion on Bobby before we start the fight. Anyways, they're using a potion. God fucking damn it. Anyways, this is where the next rollout hits. And should probably kill. Yep. Alright. Naturally, Bobby has almost hit the level cap. But now I think I should be able to avoid any other fights. As we go up here. Ending up here, we go here. Yeah, the fact that they have such powerful items on the random trainers is sort of ridiculous. Okay. Surely this one. God fucking damn it. No, 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 this is right, this is right, this is right. I thought I was wrong for a second. Got too used to being wrong. Alright, I'm gonna use up the bad potions. Just get us all the way up. And now, let's begin, as we're at full health. We've got full bubble beams, that's what matters, but rollout is also nice. Yeah, and everybody else has been untouched, so we just need to make sure we're leveled. Because some of us are not. Hopefully I have enough rare candies. 1 level for Bobby, no more, no less. 4 levels for Lebnet. Ah, Mist. What the fuck does Mist do again? Stops reduction of abilities. I mean, if we had like an overheat strategy, that'd be nice, but I think I'll keep it as is. One more for Lebneb. 4 for Hanlon. Wagger. Right, confuses, but also... Yeah, okay. That's a wacky move. I'll get rid of Sand Attack. Hopefully Bobby can, sweep this. But who knows? Bobby may be bulky and have the type advantage. But things can always go wrong. And also they have a couple decently tanky mons. Alright, Bagabool, who gets most of the levels. There's Magnitude. Yeah, we should have just about enough. Gonna be close, though. Focus Energy, I don't really care about Focus Energy. That's the last level on Bagabool. Takedown. Has some recoil. I forget what Nimmel's ability is. Yeah, it doesn't matter here. Didn't expect them to have anything that helped with, recoil, but eh. Anyways, bad accuracy is the other thing, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Yeah, not worth it between the two. Anyways, I have luckily been able to avoid over-leveling so far. So let's hope that I didn't just jinx Mert. We do not need Harden! No! Alright, a few more levels. 4, 3, 2, 1... 0. Amnesia? Okay. Just raises special defense, though. Nah. I mean, a body of lava, if it cools, it hardens. I think that might be the vibe. Because then it's just a rock. Yeah, everyone at 29. Let's do it. Let's hope this goes well. Alright. Let's hope this goes well. Opening with Nummel. Okay. Nummel was the one who had Earthquake, right? I'm gonna go for the Bubble Beam just to see how we do. 5 level difference, we might just kill. We do. We're fine. No need to worry about the magnitude there. This is a pure fire type. Just gonna Bubble Beam again, because it's also 5 levels below. Should just kill. Hopefully. Unless Slingma is secretly super tanky. Nope. That's 2 of her Mons. Now for the scarier ones. Camerupt. Okay. If we outspeed, we honestly still should just kill. Because this is a water ground type. Survives at like 1, and they set up the sunny day. That's annoying. We've been able to avoid that so far. But I think we can handle it. They're almost certainly going to heal. Wasting the heal on the Camerupt rather than the Torkoal is good. How much does it do now? Notably less, but it's still a 2-shot. Alright. This kills. Bobby remains at full health with the sweep so far. Let's hope Torkoal does not fuck this up for us. Almost over-leveling there, Bobby. So Torkoal should tank at least a couple of these. Let's hope they don't do massive damage. Ah! That's scary. And their body slamming does about 70 damage. Okay, they're not even using the benefit of the fire. What the fuck? Cyrene's character trailer just dropped. Why are they dropping that on a Saturday? Okay, I guess we're gonna be reacting to that after this gym. Holy shit, what? Anyways, we keep going for now. The crit! The crit! That takes this from being a scary fight, and the sunlight has faded. That takes it from a scary fight to a 1 fight. There is no way we don't win here. Survives just barely. If they have another potion, they'll use it. And we should be good. Yeah, they have another potion. That is the scary bit. So we Bubble Beam. Okay. We should be able to tank 1 more hit. So I Bubble Beam 1 more time. And then actually, realistically, we should be able to win as long as we don't miss. Especially if they Sunny Day. Yeah, that's nice. I'll take it. I'll take them throwing. In which case, Bobby Sweep. I think it's that crit that really made Bobby be able to truly safely sweep. Oh, I thought we would kill... I guess... Oh god, it's an overheat. Yeah, that sucks. Well, there's our water type gone. Bobby is gone. Fuck. God fucking damn it. Of course we had to, like, low roll or something. Obviously, it was off of the fucking sunny day to lower it. I just had to say it was 1. I just had to say it was a Bobby sweep. God damn it. This is a fire ground, so ground is what we need. Is Bogabool the one with ground? Yeah, they have magnitude. Let's hope Bogabool can do it. Bobby did work. Bobby did everything they could. We outspeed and we get a magnitude A. That's enough. I underestimated them. I underestimated them in that last moment. God damn it. Well, a sour note, a bittersweet note, but we did get through the gym with relative ease. Just 1 loss. And is it here where... Yeah, we can use Strength Out Battle now. Very nice. Alright. And now... time for a very rapid pivot in subject matter. I'm gonna get to the fucking Pokemon Center, put Bobby to rest, And then I will pull up that trailer. And these allow us to enter the desert. Yeah, I was assuming it was going to just do another body slam, but because they hadn't overheated at all yet, but I guess they went for it because they knew they'd kill there. Oh well. Probably could have played a little safer, given how fine everything was, but you know. I don't know how useful the items are in there. There's some stuff, I think. But it is a few extra encounters is sort of the main thing. We can get, like, a trap inch, or a sand slash if we want to be sad. Stuff like that. Anyways, we had 2 very big losses today, but we made some progress. We made some progress. Yeah, getting out with 1 loss is completely fine for me, I think. Just sad. Real sad. Anyways. Gonna save. And I will now transition over. Yep. Accidentally turned on the music. Well, actually, I intended to, but it's too loud right now. Let's turn it down a little bit. There. Hopefully that's a little better while I transition between things. Alright. Okay. Everything's saved, that's good. Oh yeah, I am incredibly curious to see what this trailer has in store. 'Cause it could be some crazy shit if if they want it to be. All right. Okay. But there we go. Okay. I am actually going to real quick go to the bathroom because I need to do that. I'll be back in like a minute or 2. Feel free to go get water or whatever the fuck. And yeah. Okay. Everyone back from getting some water or the bathroom or whatever? Alright. So, with that very sudden pivot, it is time to get into this. Actually, there is one or two things I need to set up, actually. I always forget. Need to make sure some things are working correctly. Alright, pausing the music. Okay. Don't mind that you're seeing behind the scenes for a moment. I need to, do that. Don't want, the random Nuzlocke rules to be in the video. Alright. Let's do this. Okay. So, as usual, gonna record this, in the background as well. And I'm just gonna be treating this like a normal video recording. But I might call out that we're on stream right now. I might sort of, call out some things that you guys say potentially during the analysis bit, maybe. But who knows, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just, like last time I did this, just sort of lock in and do it. Either way, let's do this. Alright. What's up? Welcome back to my channel, or for the first time if you're new, I'm Sylvan, and... Brain, sorry. Completely forgot the next bit. What's up? Welcome back to my channel, or for the first time if you're new, I'm Sylvan, and today I'm going to be reacting to Honkai Star Rail's Cyrene character trailer with you once more. I am incredibly excited to get into this. This truly was unexpected to come out tonight. I actually am, in fact, streaming right now as I record this, because I assumed that nothing would come out tonight. But here it is, I guess. So yeah, let's just get into it. Brain. So feel free to like and subscribe if you want. So feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoy the video. Leave a comment on your thoughts. Consider becoming a channel member if you... Why am I blanking on words? So feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoy the video. Leave a comment on your thoughts. Consider becoming a channel member if you want to support me just that little bit extra. And let's get into this. Okay, building the puzzle.
Just one last piece left.
Are you looking for this?
Oh.
Thank you.
Oh, her voice is even
If
different.
30 million pieces are needed to create the image of the end,
30 million
then I
pieces.
hope I get to be one of the pieces.
Oh.
Not a powerless onlooker putting them together.
Okay. Okay.
Even if that puzzle piece is only a fake memory?
Ooh. Liking the vibe here.
That's
Ooh,
still
I like those colors.
something I've never had.
True. Fair. Ripples of past reverie. Okay. Back to Ides Elysiae.
Where is this?
Oh.
Are you trying to catch the stars?
What? A callback to that? Ooh, and the door opens.
Have you really thought it through? All for a possibility that you may never get to see?
Her with us along the journey. What could be, what could have been. Okay.
If you choose to be an onlooker forever, then you won't have to know.
The rewind.
How painful loneliness is.
Ooh.
They will be the last piece required for the ending.
They will be?
But the price to pay is 30 million more cycles spent waiting.
30 million
You don't
more.
know if destruction or tomorrow will arrive first. And the tomorrow after the end may not hold a future for you.
Okay. The tomorrow after the end.
What I fear
Ooh.
is to gradually forget the face of the one I'm waiting for.
Okay.
As for that future with no tomorrow, compared to the hero's 30 million tribulations,
Visually, this is incredible.
Mere waiting is a small price to pay,
Ooh, the countless
isn't
sirens.
it?
Oh? Okay. Sudden 2D. Ooh. Ma'am, yeah. Oh, I'm loving this visually. Oh my god, and it breaks through it all. Puzzle
Are
piece
you
landing in our
looking
hands.
for this?
Oh,
Thank you.
okay. And that completes the puzzle. And through the door into the bursts. So curious about the significance of that ring. Oh, and then into the 2D again. Oh, everyone. It's everyone. Yeah. Your man is with us. Okay. And there she rests.
Come,
Oh, as she
let
fades
us
out of
pen
the
the
puzzle.
final stroke and end this story.
Oh, I love that art. That. Ooh. Okay. Wow. Okay. Huh. That. Ooh. I like that. Okay. Let's go through this. All right. This is a really strong teaser. It has a lot of great elements here. There's a lot going on. Obviously, everything is based around this imagery of puzzle pieces and putting the pieces together. And I believe it's one of these early lines. Yeah, there's an early line here that says, if 30 million pieces are needed to create the image of the end, implying that, but obviously tying into the idea of the 30 million cycles that have gone through. Words. To me, at least, this obviously is tying to the idea of the 30 million plus cycles that Amphorius has gone through. And to compare each cycle to a puzzle piece enables us to sort of get a sense of what is being shown to us in visual metaphor. Because if each of these pieces is meant to be a cycle, a piece in the puzzle that completes a better Amphorius, then we can sort of look at the rest of the framework of this with that context, I feel. Initially, we watch as Cyrene puts more and more pieces onto the puzzle, making it closer and closer to its completion.
Just one.
Until finally, all that there is left is one piece to put in place. That being this final cycle. We've got everything, like, the Chrysos heirs, Phynon, Castellana, and Cyrene have been able to set things up with a little bit of help from us to get that all so that the puzzle is nearly complete. They just need a little bit of help.
Just one last piece left.
Are you
And we are the one to hand over that piece. We are the one who completes the final cycle.
looking for this?
Thank you.
But before we get too much further into this, I do want to touch on the fact that Cyrene's voice here is notably a bit different. It feels like it's a little bit deeper, almost. I'm terrible with voices and, like, identifying things about them, but it does sound different to me. It sounds a little deeper, that kind of thing. It definitely isn't the same sort of slightly higher tone, more upbeat vibe of Cyrene as we know her, which sort of ties in potentially to this idea of the two Cyrenes, the one we have known, or at least the version of the one we have known, and the and the sort of other Cyrene that is perhaps the culmination or the outcome of all of the other Cyrenes, or one possibility is the Demiurge, being this sort of created entity that Cyrene, as we know her, has been able to talk to, or something like that. Just random theories. Either way, though, I point out the voice because it just serves to exemplify that sort of distinction between the Cyrene we've come to know and this new Cyrene.
If 30 million pieces are needed,
At which point, though, we get to this line I already touched on, but to cover the full scope of the line, if 30 million pieces are needed to create the image of the end.
to create the image of the end, then I hope
I get to be one of the pieces. In these countless cycles, in this non-stop looping that forms this puzzle that I'm slowly putting together, as I watch all these stories unfold, all these people's lives develop and grow and fall apart and begin anew, I hope to be part of that. I hope to not just be an onlooker. I want to be part of the story.
I get to be one of the pieces.
Not a powerless onlooker putting them together, is what she's. And as with what I'm saying, and as with what I was saying just now, the line ends with not a powerless onlooker putting them together. As she reaches out towards the last puzzle piece, one that we are about to hand to her in the one that we hand to her in just the previous moment, but in sort of the chronology of things here, it seems like it's sort of jumping where that moment of us handing it over is actually the final thing. But also notably in this shot, each of these shards holds the different Chrysos heirs. I think each one holds... I think we have all of them here held in each of them. There's 3 to represent Tribios. And then all the others just have the various Chrysos heirs.
Not a powerless onlooker putting them together.
Even if that.
But it's at this point that we enter this... But at this point, we then enter this part of the trailer where it's almost Cyrene inserting herself into our memories. Hence why this line comes up that actually sounds like it might be March or Evernight talking. I might be misplacing that voice, but I think it is. I might be misplacing that voice, but I think that might be what it is. Saying, even if that puzzle piece is only a fake memory, if the piece of the puzzle that you are part of is nothing but a false memory, false experience, false dream, even if it is not truly real, is that what you want? You want to be part of it even if it isn't real? Is sort of the question being asked here, I think.
Puzzle piece is only a fake memory?
And it's throughout all of this that, and as this question is asked, we are seeing these visuals with suddenly 2D art and animation of what it would look like for Cyrene to be with us on our journey. Going to Penacony, the Lawfu, eventually Belobog is one of the things that shows up. It's this impossible hypothetical of if she was with us the entire journey. And mixed in with all of this, where you're getting some of these incredible shots of just these really solid use of like color. I don't really know what to say about it other than just I like it. But we have this shot of a child Cyrene, is sort of the vibe it gives. Which I'm not exactly sure how that ties in but I like it. I like what they're doing here.
That's still something I've never.
but it's at this point but it's here that with words. But it's here that in response to that question of, even if it's false, even if it's a fake memory, would you still want it? Cyrene responds, not sadly, really. It's almost sort of humorful, but it's almost sort of humorous. As she says, that is still something I've never had. I have not even had a fake adventure to go on. I am someone who has been nothing but an audience member, an onlooker. I have not been able to take part in the world and life that I cherish so much. So even if it is fake, even if it is a delusion, I would love to experience these things.
Never had.
And it's with this that she breaks through a barrier of some kind, whether that's supposed to be Amphorius itself, or the cycles itself, or something along those lines. She breaks through this barrier, it's shattering into a ton of pieces, as she seemingly gets her hands on a puzzle piece finally. And as we move into the puzzle piece, it transitions into Ides Elysiae, and more particularly moves onto the scarecrow that has been made to look like us, the Trailblazer. It speaks to me as this piece being sort of that memory of Ides Elysiae. Once again, Ides Elysiae has always, for both Phynon and Cyrene, been expressed as this place of naive hope, naive dreams, just a lost happy life that they hope to get back to. So it's interesting that the piece she has been chasing so far in this trailer holds the memory of Ides Elysiae in some form.
Where is this?
But having reached this piece, now we really go deep into the falsehood of her being part of our journey. She takes on a position and role much like our own throughout various points in the story. This first one is directly a call out to one of the earlier scenes in the game where we're reaching up towards the sky in the Astral Express right before the first time we are doing a jump, and March comes over and says, are you trying to grab the stars or whatever? But in this case, rather than it being us that we're in the perspective of, rather than us, we're in the perspective of, it is Cyrene reaching up going, wait, what is this? Did I enter some kind of memory or something?
Are you trying to...
And now it is us, or in this case more specifically Kalis, who fills the role of March, saying the line, are you trying to catch the stars?
Catch the stars?
And from here we have this really sort of interesting shot. I feel like it has some meaning to it, but I'm struggling to get exactly what I think it means. But regardless, we have this shot of this crystal, or this shard, that in its various reflections shows the three core cast members of the Astral Express, the core trio being, in this case, Kalis, March, and Don Hung, opening a door into light. I suppose it could speak to the idea of us bringing Cyrene along onto a new journey, a new adventure. And it is this glorious thing that she's never been able to personally experience, so she is eager to reach it. But perhaps the fact that is in this sort of crystal glass is to represent that idea that, yes, it is fake. This isn't real. This is a false memory she is putting herself into, almost.
Have you really thought?
And from here we just have a montage of various moments of what could have been of Cyrene with us in Penacony, in Belobog, in the Xianzhou, pretty much everywhere we've been.
You thought it through. All for a possibility that...
But then we once again have this question being asked. Have you really thought it through? All for a possibility that you may never get to see. Which, this is more so speaking to me towards the entire idea of delaying Amphorius' demise, causing these cycles to keep repeating, in a way causing so much more torment to the people of Amphorius, just in the hopes that a new future can be achieved even if Cyrene is not there to see it or be part of it. It's interesting for that to be what's coming up now, given that I've been thinking of these visuals more so in the sense of them being a false memory she's inserting herself into. Because those, to me, are two very contrasting ideas. It's possible that there's some overlapping of what these ideas are supposed to be about, but if there is, I'm struggling to place it. But simply speaking, to focus on what this is more obviously questioning, it is, once again, that doubt seeping in, that question of, is this worth it? Am I just being naive?
You may never get to see. If you choose to be an onlooker forever, to be an onlooker forever, then you won't have to know. Be an onlooker forever.
Okay. Time for some brainstorming. I'm going to say this out loud just so that I'm not sitting here not doing anything, but this part is probably not going in the video. Okay. I'm trying to put together these lines because they're feeling more disparate than they should be. If you choose to be an onlooker forever...
Forever.
What's the exact wording?
Then
you won't have to know.
Won't have to know.
Is that the end of the sentence?
How painful.
How painful loneliness is. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I'm beginning to lean towards the idea that the voice is actually just the younger Cyrene. Okay.
If you choose to be an...
I'm just gonna pump it back a little bit and let it wash over me in full for a moment.
Have you really thought it through? All for a possibility that you may never get to see? If you choose to be an onlooker forever, then you won't have to know. How painful loneliness is.
Okay.
Have to know. Used to be an onlooker forever.
If you choose to be an onlooker forever. That's the key thing here, I think.
How painful.
Huh. So if you choose to be an onlooker, if you willingly choose that position, if you willingly choose to separate yourself, then you don't have to know the pain of loneliness? What? Okay, weird. I'm struggling with this. Because I feel like being an onlooker forever would make you understand the pain of loneliness. Unless I'm misunderstanding here.
If you choose to be an onlooker forever, then you won't have to know.
Then you won't have to... Am I misunderstanding something? Oh. Okay. I see your point. If you always are an onlooker, never stepping onto the stage, never becoming part of the story, you won't have the framework to understand how lonely you truly are? I guess? I'm still struggling, though, with how this ties to the previous line. I need to go back more.
Where is this?
Are you trying to catch the stars?
Went a little bit further back than I needed, but whatever. Well, actually...
Have you really thought
No, I didn't go far back enough. I wanted to catch a few more of the lines.
Not a power.
Okay. I'm just gonna go from the top. I'm just gonna go for the top and let it roll over me.
Just one last piece left.
Are you looking for this?
Thank you. If 30 million pieces are needed to create the image of the end, then I hope I get to be one of the pieces.
She wants to be one of the
Not
pieces.
a powerless onlooker putting
She
them
doesn't
together.
want to be a powerless. She doesn't want
even if that puzzle piece is only a fake
Even
memory?
if it's fake, because she hasn't even had that. That much I'm getting.
That's still-
That is clear.
Something I've never had. Where is this?
Are you trying to catch the stars?
And at which point we're just to this. Okay. So everything prior to this I have locked
Have
in.
you really thought it through? All for a possibility that you may never get to see? If you choose to be an onlooker forever, then you won't have to know. How painful loneliness is.
I'm just gonna let the rest of it play
They
through
will
in
be
case
the
there's something I'm
last
missing.
piece required for the ending.
They will be.
But the price to pay is 30 million more cycles spent waiting. You don't know if destruction or tomorrow will arrive first. And the tomorrow after the end may not hold a future for you.
What I fear is to gradually forget the face of the one I'm waiting for. As for that future with no tomorrow, compared to the hero's 30 million tribulations, mere waiting is a small price to pay, isn't it?
Okay. I'm not. I still feel like I might be missing something,
The last.
but I think I have an angle, at least enough of an angle to take.
If you choose choose to be an onlooker.
Okay, what the fuck was I saying before? The thing about that, okay, yeah. This is the behind-the-scenes shit you don't see normally. Me racking my brain on some shit. Let me say words properly. Okay. Alright. But oddly enough, her response to this question is something that I'm struggling to exactly pin down my feelings on, or, like, my understanding on. Because her response to the question, is it okay... Wait, no, right. Because her response to the question, have you really thought this through, even though you may not be a part of it in the end, is if you choose to be an onlooker forever... Then you won't have to know.
Won't have to know.
How painful loneliness is. I struggle with this for a few reasons. We had established earlier in this trailer alone that Cyrene does not want to just be an outsider. She doesn't want to just be an onlooker. But now she's saying if you choose to be... But now she's saying if you choose to be an onlooker forever, you won't know the pain of loneliness. Or at least the amount... yeah. Which, to me, sounds strange, because I would imagine Cyrene knows of this pain. She was a person in the story before she took herself out of it. But I don't know. I feel like I'm missing something. Feel free to let me know in the comments if you have a better interpretation of what's going on here than I am struggling to put together on this line. Yeah, I'm not satisfied here. I feel like I'm missing something. Yeah. Okay. The other reason I'm also not entirely sure about this line is just that I don't know fully how it's a response to the question that was just asked. Because if I'm interpreting it at all correctly, then she's basically saying that, yeah, I'm fine with this, I've thought this through, because I've chosen to be an outsider, an onlooker, an audience member, and therefore it won't hurt as much to not be part of it. I guess, actually, okay, that might be it. That, I think I might have just landed on it. Cyrene is okay with not being part of a new Amphorius, a new era. She is okay not being part of tomorrow with everyone else, because it was not ripped away from her, it was not taken from her. She is willingly choosing to be on the outside. She has chosen to do so since the beginning. That might be it. That might be it. The pain of loss is not as strong if you have given the thing up rather than it being taken from you. That, I think, is that is the interpretation I'm most satisfied with for this line. I don't know if it's right, but that feels better in my brain.
Full loneliness is.
They will be the last piece required.
But then this is immediately followed up by the line, they will be the last piece required for the ending. It's not entirely clear who they is supposed to be in this. My guess is probably us. We're the final puzzle piece in Amphorius. We are what they have been waiting for with all of these cycles, to be the deliverer, the final piece to the equation, the final anomaly to finally break things out of the inevitable cycle. but it realistically could be plenty of things. Plenty of people.
For the ending.
But the price to pay.
But once again, we have this other voice, which, now that I think about it, now that I consider things more, is almost certainly not March. It's probably just younger Cyrene, or the Cyrene we know of more. There's me with my voices. There's me with me not getting voices well. But within the context of it actually being another Cyrene or a past Cyrene who is questioning things, airing these doubts, she continues, and it's much more explicit here because we actually have two Cyrenes here talking to each other in front of Iron Tomb, of all things. Cyrene says, the other Cyrene, the one we're familiar with, or at least a version of her, says, but the price to pay is 30 million more cycles spent waiting. Perhaps saying that, yes, you can complete this puzzle with this final piece, whether that is us, whether that is someone else, whether, maybe, honestly, because in this shot, Iron Tomb is the only other figure here, maybe it's Iron Tomb somehow? Maybe they can reconstitute Iron Tomb to be something else? I don't know, just a thought. But regardless of who they is, whoever the last puzzle piece is, the price for completing the puzzle is another 30 million cycles spent waiting. This is sort of implying what the staying as an onlooker. This is sort of implying that staying as an onlooker for another 30 million cycles is what is keeping Cyrene from everyone else if this succeeds. She will not be part of it because she has to wait countless more millennia. Yeah, that's a good point. It could just be talking about the trio. That's a good point. I honestly don't know what the consistency on, like, when they use a specific Trailblazer in a promotional material, if they use they or the chosen one's pronouns. I don't know. Yeah, no, so it's possible that maybe something similar with Iron Tomb might happen here, just in a way that's better. Because, yeah, Herta isn't necessarily the most sane person, let's say. Or at least down to earth.
Is 30 million more cycles spent waiting. You don't know if
But on top of this cost of having to wait another 30 million cycles, there's the question, will destruction or tomorrow arrive first? You don't know that. Once again, you may just be stepping naively into an impossible dream, an impossible hope for a better future when there cannot be one. There's always this doubt. There's always this question. Am I being naive? Am I being a fool? Destruction could overcome us at any moment. We are on a precipice that we are barely holding together. That has been the case every cycle.
destruction or tomorrow will arrive first, and the tomorrow after.
And even so, even if tomorrow comes before destruction, the tomorrow after the end may not hold... The tomorrow after the end may not hold the future for you. Once again, despite all that Cyrene has done to save Amphorius, to help Amphorius, to guide it to a better world, even if she were to succeed, she cannot guarantee that she could be part of it. She's still willing to pay that price.
The end may not hold a future for you.
And to represent... I want a better shot.
What I fear
there isn't really a
a
better
future
shot.
for you.
And as this line is said, the final puzzle piece that she had been holding flies out of her hand, and she desperately reaches out to try to grab it again.
What I
Only to fall into the arms of her younger self or alternate self. It's not entirely clear.
fear is to gradually forget.
But once again, her response is not really a direct answer. Rather than saying, yes, it's worth it, no, it's not, I don't know what's going to happen, she's effectively saying here, she says, what I fear is to gradually forget the face of the one I'm waiting for. Effectively, what she is saying here, then, is I am not afraid of waiting. I am not afraid of destruction arriving before tomorrow. I believe that this can be done, that tomorrow can be reached, that I can get that for everyone I care about, regardless of if I'm part of it. But what I do fear is forgetting why I'm doing this, forgetting why I'm waiting. I'm fine being separated from them despite wanting to be with them, because that is my choice, so that I can help them. But if in doing so I forget about why I'm doing it, about who I care about, why I'm helping them, what they were like, then that is the darkest possible fate for me.
Get the face of the one I'm waiting for.
And interestingly enough, as she says this, we have this shot of us and the rest of the Astral Express crew specifically, no Chrysosairs, just our crew, walking into essentially the sun, very heavily implying that we are the ones that she is waiting for. Which does line up for the whole, 30 million cycles waiting for the final puzzle piece that we will complete. Because she has been waiting for this extra piece, this anomaly beyond Amphorius, to appear and help them. And so she fears that if she were to forget us in waiting for us, that she may lose her way, she may not recognize us when we arrive, whatever it may be.
As for that future with no tomorrow, compared.
But as she looks at us walking away, the other Cyrene holds up the piece that she had lost and puts it in her hand.
Tomorrow, compared.
Just one.
Compared to.
But then that isn't the end of her. But then that isn't the end of her response. She isn't just saying what she's afraid of. She also says, as for that future with no tomorrow, as for that possibility that there will be no tomorrow, or that I will not be part of it, compared to the hero's 30 million tribulations, as we see these helixing staircases almost, with all of the Chrysosairs, as well as us, on various placements, all of them at various moments in their journeys. Looking at the top left, but looking at the top right here, it looks like we have the moment of Hycelin's killing Saridra. On the bottom left, it looks like we have actually Cypher and... Looking at the bottom left, it looks like we actually have Cypher and Aglaya slumped back to back, potentially dead. It's interesting. And interestingly enough, the other Cyrene is at the intersection point of these two paths, facing directly towards this almost silhouette, but facing directly towards Iron Tomb in the background nonetheless. But the Cyrene that we've been following in this trailer is not on these paths. She is separate. She is huddled within herself in front of Amphorius.
The hero's 30 million tribulations. Mere waiting is a small price to
But to finish her line, she says, in comparison to these tribulations, to everything that the Chrysos heirs have gone through, all of these 30 million plus cycles, a little waiting is a small price to pay, don't you think? Compared to the constant death and rebirth and killing of each other and conflict and tragedy, just waiting a while. That's no big deal. And as she says it, she leaps forward with the puzzle piece in hand, presumably to finish the puzzle once and for all, regardless of if she can be part of it or not. Leaving behind these countless separate versions of Cyrene. Perhaps signifying something about that the Cyrene as we knew her was one that has been fragmented and is splintered across Amphorius in these varying ways. Where this is potentially more that separate, distinct figure, this potentially the Demiurge itself, if we want to go at that angle. Who potentially even has come into being because of the work of these countless fractured Cyrenes. I don't know. There's a few ways I think we could interpret this, but that's just sort of what immediately jumps out at me.
Pay, isn't it?
And it's here that we enter this one part where the music sort of takes control, and it's just visuals and music, and it's fucking beautiful. Fucking beautiful.
Mere waiting is a small price to pay, isn't it?
And it's throughout this that visually what we're getting is just all of these abstract, separated moments, experiences. Some of them are of the people we know, alive, dead, walking with us, separate from us, whatever it may be, but there is also these moments of just flying papers, candlelight, whatever it may be. It leads me to think of the text description that was in her Golden Epic trailer. Just all of these sensations, these moments, these experiences that she wants to be there for, wants to tell us about. Tying back to that idea that Cyrene cares so deeply about everything and anything that is Amphorius, let alone just life and the world and existence. She is so passionate about protecting that and letting it keep going and being a part of it and telling people about it. And so it's sort of perfect for that to be what the focus of this moment that is much more feeling and emotion being at the forefront. Interesting shot. Don't really know what to say about it. Yeah, that's a good point. That actually is very solid as a sort of call out. Just while I'm at it, also just another thing. This is going to be something I probably don't worry about putting the actual reaction analysis, but something I want to point out. Notice these little dots and dashes? That is lining up with the sort of chopped vocals. Listen to it again if you didn't notice before. I'll go from the beginning.
Small price to pay.
You might notice, but you know. Want to draw attention. It's either a long note or like these sort of dots. But also within this, we have these shots like this, where it is Mem on the swing that Cyrene has often been on just in various moments throughout Amphorius. It's an interesting shot because it almost... It's an interesting shot to me because it almost serves to overlay Mem and Cyrene's existence into this sort of blurred state of being, where things Cyrene and Mem have done are one and the same. Like, obviously, they are tied into sort of being the same person in many ways, but it does lead me to sort of think about what exactly Mem and Cyrene is, and like what the differences between them are, if any. It's interesting. Yeah, initially with the chairs, I was thinking that it was going to be the Chrysosairs. That was my first thought as well. And I think maybe you could tie some of those things there, but a lot of them weren't like explicitly any like specific Chrysosair identifiably. And then after that shot of Mem, we have Cyrene, as we have been following in this new form, throwing the last puzzle piece, casting it across the wheat fields of Ides Elysiae. Which once again, I'm not entirely sure what specifically the relevance of this piece going across these wheat fields of Ides Elysiae, but it does resonate. So it might be going for more just sort of an emotional level more than anything. Yeah, I'm not sure. But regardless, this puzzle piece, now thrown, is what cracks and breaks this simulated sky of Amphorius. Breaking through to land in our hands, so we can hand it over back to her. It's an interesting sort of cyclical moment. It's almost as if for Cyrene to get this final piece so she can complete the puzzle, we must hand it to her, but for us to get it, it must be made and completed and tossed to us by Cyrene as well. It's interesting. Perhaps it's tying into the idea of multiple Cyrenes, and the one that hands us this piece so we can hand it to her isn't the Cyrene we hand it off to. The one ends to hand off this piece in this sort of relay race of sorts of Amphorius, so that we can give it to a version of Cyrene who can complete the puzzle. Maybe that's it.
Are you looking for this?
Thank you.
And it's from here that we look, and it's from here that the animation goes, and it's from here that the trailer goes into her burst animation, and I just sort of want to take a moment to acknowledge the wedding ring. I have no clue what the wedding ring means. I don't know. But it's obviously important. Presumably it's going to be something we learn about in the story, but it is a very intriguing detail. Potentially it could be representing her bond to Amphorius itself, her love for Amphorius, her wish to stay with it, to continue on with it. Maybe that's it? I don't know. I imagine it's going to be something that's explained, though. But as she kisses the ring, she flows around in a spin. She flows and spins around until we enter this 2D version of events where Cyrene is huge compared to us, or we're small. And she's sort of almost cradling us in her hands to a degree. Only then for a page to flip over, and we enter this more sort of pastel color, rainbowish vibe. And it's Tribby now. And then it's Saridra. Hysolence. Hyacine. Finon. It is all of the Chrysosairs holding us, including them. And Mem is there at the end as well. They are, perhaps this is to say that they are there, guiding us, pushing us forward. They are the reason that we are here to help, are trying to save Amphorius. Because we have grown to connect to them, grow to love them. Something like that, maybe? But it ends with a transition to Mem in the Astral Express flying into our arms. Perhaps this is to say this is a version of Cyrene in her Mem form who is able to escape Amphorius, is able to be with us on our journeys, is able to in some way experience what she isn't able to experience, while some other version of her is trapped waiting for another 30 million cycles. Maybe something like that? Oh, yeah. No, I don't know if it was Joan of Arc. I forget, honestly. I'm not good enough on history. But I do recognize that, like, concept, that sort of quote of some sort, of being married to their country. That might... Yeah. That very well may be what the deal with Cyrene here is. But then Mem and us, the Trailblazer, walk towards an open door of light that then transitions into this space that we have often met Cyrene before, where she is sleeping in her new form. Perhaps this is where she is waiting, and we have come to meet her. But at the same time, I don't think it's that. She is still separate from us. She cannot truly be there with us. Because as we approach closer to see the picture, she begins to fade away. And so does Cyrene also, and so does she disappear from this picture that is actually a puzzle. She has completed the puzzle, but she cannot be a part of it.
Come, let us pen the final stroke and end this story.
And at the very end, with the last line, we get this beautiful Star Rail logo that has all of the Chrysos heirs, including the members of the Astral Express who have joined with her. As she says, come, let's pen the final stroke and end this story. Even if she cannot be a part of it, even if she does not see tomorrow, even if she is left waiting forever, she will see it done. It is time to end the story in the way we want it to end. That is what she is saying. And I love it. I love this teaser. There's a lot, I feel like, to get out of this. And probably more that we'll understand once we play through the story. But for now, I think I've touched on pretty much everything I can grasp around. But at this point, I think I've touched on just about everything that I can wrap my head around at this exact moment. Okay. Don't think I need to really worry about mentioning the description stuff here. Sort of just is the same vibe as we were talking about, but good that I read it. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna get into it right now, but I find a lot of the lore side of the drama around Cyrene sort of fucking ridiculous, but you know. Anyways, we gotta finish out the video. So with that, feel free to like and subscribe. If you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment on your thoughts. Very special. Consider checking out one of my streams. I stream almost every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Consider checking out one of my streams. I usually am streaming on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. PST. And very special thanks to all of my channel members, including Desaize and Pokelove101 at the normal tier, and Kono Nano at the cool person tier. Really appreciate your support, as always, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye-bye. Alrighty. That's that. That's a whole ass video. Well, I was originally intending on doing a little bit more, like, Nuzlocke Pokemon stuff than I did. You know, I made the thumbnail about fighting our dad, Norman, but I want to get to editing this and getting this out, because this is big. Just double checking that it did actually properly record. Yep, looks like it did. Hell yeah! A mere few seconds off of an hour of recording. Let's go! That's the real shit. Anyways, it's probably gonna be like a 30-minute video once I'm done. But yeah. Yeah, that lines up. Okay, that makes sense to me. I wasn't confident that it was Joan of Arc, but it sounded right enough that I wasn't gonna question it, but yeah, even with the surprise drop of the trailer, hope you all enjoyed. I know not necessarily everyone who showed up for the Pokemon thing was wanting to be here for this. I know that's a possibility, but I hope you all enjoyed nonetheless. And I'm going to leave things here for now. Definitely a bit shorter of a stream. But don't worry, we're going to be doing a lot of streaming once Star Rail comes out. That's going to be big. Right, that's what it was. Joan was married to God, yeah. But yeah, we're gonna be doing a lot of streaming for the Star Rail stuff once that comes out. And then also, I intend to stream Unbeatable, that game I've mentioned a few times, which I previously described as like an RPG rhythm game. I was wrong to describe it as an RPG. It's just a narrative-driven RPG. Well, not RPG. A narrative-driven rhythm game. That words escape me sometimes. But that's coming out on Thursday, so I'm probably going to be streaming again on Thursday. So it's entirely possible, if we don't finish the Star Rail story on Tuesday, that it will be Star Rail on Tuesday, finish Star Rail on Wednesday, and then another stream on Thursday for Unbeatable, because I am eager to play that, and I like the idea of streaming it. But yeah, other than that, though, don't really have too much else to say. So we'll get back to Pokemon in a couple weeks once there's an open slot in just like my time. Hopefully we'll do a little bit more next time. I'm hoping to get a bit more progress done. Yeah, it might be triple streams. It might. Which is gonna be wild for me. But I'm looking forward to it, so we'll see. But yeah, with that though, gonna close things here. Once again, hope you all enjoyed. Bye-bye.